Hi. I wanted to do a whole video from here, but I think it's going to be too busy. But I just wanted to say hello from Venice, and yeah, there's a lot to say, and you know me. I'll get to it. All right, see you soon. Hi again, everybody. Again, I wish I could shoot a video here, but there's just too many damn people. Really thought shooting a video in Venice would work. But yeah, I can't concentrate. There's so much to say. So this will just stitch into the thing that when I start saying it. All right, bye. All right, here we go. The catch-up video. It's gonna be sloppy because there's a lot, and I'm not gonna say everything that's on my list, and I've forgotten so much. I mean, there's so much to say about Europe. I'll just do my shirt first. It's a good palate cleanser. This is just one of the main Coachella shirts from oh shoot, I forget if it was 2010 or 2012. You can tell me. Alright. Why not? I think it was, I don't remember. Alright, well, there it is. Europe. My last video I forgot so much to talk about. There was one thing I remember I wanted to talk about really bad on that first video was the culture of gender in Europe in London is very, very different, I think, and I don't know how to put my finger on it, but I felt really unsafe. I mean, not physically. I felt unease, and I mean, I think it's worse, but not just because it was worse. I think just because it was different. I wasn't used to it. I think gender roles in England are surprisingly old-fashioned, but you know, whatever. I guess I just expected more out of London, since New York's not perfect. You know, people get attacked and killed for being like me, but you know, it's better than other places, and so I expected London to be better than other places. But you know, you don't see any trans people around. If you're walking around my neighborhood, you'll see trans people or questionable people often enough. In London, I made it all over that city, and I didn't see jack squat. So, but their national health is crazy. They make you do crazy things. It really scares me. I really feel for the trans people out there, because they make you do a year of real life test before you get hormones. I mean, I would die. I think I probably already mentioned this on the videos, but that's insanity to me. All right, I've wasted enough time. Let's get to it. Some other small sacrifices. I'm a whiskey expert. I'm really into whiskey, and I'm not in a really good financial position to keep that up right now, and so we went through the airport. In the airport in England, they have special airport whiskey, which is my highlight of my life. And Jules, she was trying to encourage me to buy whiskey anyway, and I was like, Julie, I just can't do it. And so that was kind of depressing. We bought some liqueurs in Reykjavik on the way to London, and that was really fun. And then in London, later on when we were leaving London, I skipped when we were entering London, and I was really sad about it. And then when we were leaving, Julie still was pushing me to go check out the airport whiskeys, and I bought whiskey in Heathrow, but not in Gatwick. And in Gatwick, the place that we came across, they let you taste whiskey. So I'm really glad she pushed me not to give in to my circumstances and fears. And I tasted some cool whiskey, and I bought a little pack of minis, which I had to pour out when we went to Outlook. I mean, not pour out, we had to pour into other containers because you couldn't bring glass into the music festival in Croatia. So I got to sacrifice the packaging because I like to keep the packaging. I don't know, I'm a crazy person. So I feel like, I should have made, of course I should have made this video while I was in the middle of it because there's so many good details, but it's sort of out of my brain right now. English kids are really broy. The reason why I'm into like UK, well, no, it's not the reason. I'm into UK music. I'm into UK underground music, and in America, you connect with people over that music. You're connecting with like cool underground people, and in England, it's so popular that it's just fucking broy bros, chavs they call them. I learned, and it's uncomfortable because that's like a really gendered experience. And so, we were partying in London and in Outlook, which was like 85% English people attending. And it's like, I don't know, I was really uncomfortable. But they were really friendly for bro-y people, and they were nice and all, but they were just like caps and like real rowdy and throwing trash everywhere, which I can't stand. Also, we had the opportunity to go to an underground gay, well, not underground, but like below the radar gay party in London, and with a friend who had invited us. And I really would have liked to have seen that scene. We didn't go in; we just went by on our way home. But the people outside looked really hipstery, but looked cool. It would have been refreshing in light of my experiences in London. Yeah, it's the same at Notting Hill Carnival. Everybody was really, broy and Girls Gone Wild. I wish I had the recollection for these notes, but approaching Venice was really cool. We approached Venice at night, and I felt like approaching Burning Man. If y'all have been to Burning Man, it was like this circle of lights in the distance, and you're like slowly approaching in the dark. It's really cool. Julie and I were having more and more problems at that time, and like early on in the trip, and through like partway through London, we'd been bickering and poking at each other, and I was upset. I can't really. I don't want to go into the details. I don't want to. It's not my place. But we were bickering, and then we kind of got some things out and had more of an understanding. And had a really copacetic and very, very fun rest of the trip together. We had a blast, actually. In Venice, I got jewelry. I think I've shown you. I'm not wearing them right this second. I'm wearing them constantly. In Venice, I got really cool jewelry. I'll pull out the necklaces later because I'm wearing them constantly. But I got some cool, like glass jewelry from Murano, and I got this really cool ring. And I'm loving that I have jewelry. I have jewelry of my own. Makes me really happy. I hope this video is coming across well because it's important for me to do this one, and I feel like I'm not really communicating myself well. Told you about my birthday. Jules and I had dinner in Murano. Really awesome Italian, seafood spaghetti and stuff, and others, prosciutto and melon and all kinds of awesome stuff. And we really came to an understanding of how much we loved each other, and how we were a family, and how that at least is not going to change. And it gave me great comfort, and plus it was just a wonderful, special, unforgettable moment to share with Julie. Yeah, I love her like family. She said, she even said I'm her sister, which is fucking awesome. I don't know if I mentioned in a previous video, my brother texted me once and called me homegirl. It was really fun. Okay. Sorry, it's just a lot of data to go through. In Outlook, there are boat parties, and on one of them, I started to anticipate what my loss of privilege, male privilege, is going to mean in terms of navigating the DJ scene, because I think it's a lot easier to like ask people for track names. Certainly, if they don't think you're trans, because they'll look twice and think you're a weirdo, I guess. But even just as a woman, and there was one point on one boat where I was just sitting drinking a beer, and one of the DJs who I liked said hi to me and was like, "Hey, how you doing? Oh, you're American." And they were really surprised I knew their music as an American, and they were into it. And if I were a girl, I don't think he would have asked. I mean, I don't think he would have asked in a music context. Who knows? Maybe he's a nice guy, but generally speaking, you could imagine that you know, that's gonna be different, and I'm gonna lose easy access to certain kinds of things. There were like no women artists at Outlook. That was really frustrating. They the music was awesome. I had a great time. Everyone was super friendly, and there were like practically zero women DJs booked. And some like singers and shit, but who cares? Women DJs. That is gonna piss me off for a while. Eventually met some funky people like non-chavs from Bristol, and they were really really fun. I hope I get to hang out with them further. But that's when I first started to relax at Outlook, where I was like, all right, it's not just me against the Javs. My glimpses of the future of me, how I want to, as I want to be, are increasing. It's really rad, like without having to like forcefully imagine. Like I just get glimpses of the future, and I notice my body in different ways, and really into it. Also, the festival was super low on the Mo's, but eventually I saw some lovely people holding hands. Oh, homos, by the way, is what I mean. But eventually I saw people holding hands, and some things. I don't know why I was so apprehensive at first, because it wasn't that bad after a while. I mean, it wasn't that bad at all. I just distinct lack of presence. It's different. It's different from New York. It's just that's really what I'm trying to say. New York, for all its faults, has a great mixture of people and a very high level of tolerance, and it's culture shock for me to go other places. Even if I'm going, like, I'm used to my trips being like really extreme, going to mostly going to Burning Man, right, and going to places where people are more accepting. And this time I went on a very extreme trip where people seemed a little less accepting. This trip was my last shirtless summer. It was my last summer appearing as a guy and not having to worry about things, and just being shirtless. Which I don't it doesn't bother me that much, but it was fun to remember it in that context. We took photos. So there was so much more to say about Europe, but that's all I can figure out to say to you right now. That covers a lot of important stuff. It was a fantastic trip. I'll remember it forever. But now to the hard stuff. So, a week after we came back, I broke up with Julie. It was the right thing to do, and in the days following, I felt more and more confident about it, and that was the right thing. I think Julie agrees it was the right thing. I mean, she knew it was coming. She knew we were going to have a talk on a certain day, and I don't know if she expected me to lead with that I wanted to break up, but it's what happened, and I think it was the right. I mean, I'm super confident it was the right thing to do. I wish I could get into the details because they're really interesting, and you'd find them interesting, but I can't. I mean, I shouldn't. But it was a combination of problems with our relationship that had been, I mean, a bunch of little things that I had left unaddressed, and then trans issues too. But I must stress that Julie continues to be overwhelmingly supportive and contributing. We're still living together at the moment, not fighting, and having a lot of fun. I think we've had more fun in the last 2 to 3 weeks than we've had in a long time, barring Europe. But we're doing really well. It's not easy. I mean, it's not perfect. She's been sad. I cried a lot more nights. I mean, I cried a lot. And so on the flight back, we went from Croatia to Frankfurt, and Frankfurt to Toronto. And on the flight from Frankfurt, Julie lost her passport, and we were the last flight of the day, and we had to go out into a foreign country without a passport. And for some beautiful reason, Air Canada gave us a free hotel and food. So it was like a vacation from our vacation. It kind of worked out, but we sacrificed a passport for another special moment together as a couple. Let's see, what else we got? There was a point right after we came back where I was getting, for like a day or two, where I was getting spontaneous erections again. It's weird. Didn't like it. Like nighttime erections and stuff. Unhappy about it. But it's alright. So I had my blood work done again. I mean, done for the first time, checked since the beginning. Everything seems good. I'm noticeably weaker now. Not a ton, but enough that I notice. My pores have changed, gotten smaller. I've had moments where I didn't. In the past, I've just wished I were female. I mean, I am female, but traditionally female body. And in the last few days, I've had some moments where, not just that, but I wish I had been born a girl. I mean, I know it's a subtle difference, but I mean, I just wish that I could be me, be the girl next door, and not have to burden everybody. I don't know. I know that's a complicated thing. I shouldn't have brought it up. I don't have confidence in putting myself out there because of my situation. I don't have confidence in promoting myself because I don't like pushing the image of this image into the world, and it's bad because I need work and I need to push myself. I'm just scared and hesitant. So I'm throwing a lot of varied concepts at you. I'm just trying to empty my queue as much as possible so we can just get back to regular videos. This would all had so much more gravitas, impact if I just made the videos at the time. I'm really sorry. I'm kind of addicted to the changes that I get from hormones and from ironing out my mental state, and when the changes, when I'm noticing fewer changes, I get a little upset because I want more and more and more and more, and it's so encouraging when I see something and I just want more and I want more and I want more. I have a really complicated life, and I'm really working towards simplifying, and there's some influences in my life that are really helping with that, but also I'm working really hard at organizing. I mean, I'm going to have to move out of here eventually, but just in general, my life is disorganized, and it will help me solve my problems if I get my desk organized, get my clothes organized, and I'm working really hard on that. So the last main issue is what next. My therapist was off for a couple weeks, and now that we're back, and I'm solving a lot of my problems, and what I brought to her was, what's next for me, and the important thing now, I think, is this one of my karaoke jobs. I'm pretty sure I'm going to get fired when they find out about me, and so I think my focus really, important that I focus on getting a new karaoke job, so I don't have to worry about whether they'll fire me or not, because I need the income. Because once I do that, I don't really have any qualms just like coming out super publicly and blasting it all over Facebook and making the vlog, the video blog, public, and blasting it over listservs. And the reason to intentionally blast is because then the next step is to start fundraising. There's no way I'll save enough money for surgery on my own, so I really need to put myself. I have a very supportive community. I have a lot of people who care about me, and I feel like it, and I need to blast it out there. I need to start a donation site or a fundraising site, and really push and push and push, because it's not time. I mean, facial surgery would be first, and there's still time. I still have to wait to see how my face develops, and maybe that'll be enough, but I don't think so. And so it's not time for surgery, but it's time to get the money for surgery, because they book those things so freaking far in advance, and I don't want to wait. I don't want to wait years to start my life. I want to move through society freely and safely, and comfortable with myself. So because cosmetic surgery is a tricky business. We all have really weird feelings about it, and I have weird feelings about it in general, but there's a time and a place for it, and I have medical need. I think I have medical need for it. So yeah, agenda: find a new karaoke job, blast it out there for fundraising. That is my project. There is also something really big and important going on in my life, and I can't talk about it, and I wish I could. I'm sorry. I'm just respecting people's feelings and privacy. Shit, I wish I could tell you. It's the most important thing going on. I'm sorry to drop this bomb on you and just not tell you, but dang it, that's what's happening. Alright, I'm gonna stop this crazy video. I will talk to you soon. Hopefully this puts me back on track. I still haven't talked about rock camp, which was one of the most profoundly, positive, influential experiences of my life. Hopefully I haven't forgot all the details about that too. And hopefully this video makes any kind of sense. Thanks very much, and I'll see you soon. There was one more really frustrating sacrifice, and that was right after my birthday weekend, someone stole my camera with most of my Croatia pictures and video. I really spent a whole lot of time. It was really special. And there's this video, since it's appropriate to the conversation, there's this video Julie's especially sad that we lost, and that was The Far Side was at the festival, and there was there's a verse in their song "Oh Shit" about someone that the protagonist thought was a woman but was a man. Mixed feelings about that, but Julie thought it was hilarious because I was filming the whole thing, and it looked like the guy was like rapping right at me, and then I don't know, and then there was like young English girls who knew all the words to The Far Side. Oh shit! It was a great video, and it's really terrible to lose. There were other really unfortunately important things in that bag, but I wish I could tell you the most important part again. It resulted in a really, really beautiful moment that weekend. I'll try my best to recap this when it's appropriate to talk about, because it is the biggest thing in my life. It's the second biggest thing in my life, I guess. Transition, and then love. Okay, I said it, but I still shouldn't talk about it. I will, again, talk to you later. Thanks, bye.